Hello, students. Let's read this problem together. The circle graph shows the preferences for different musical genres in percent according to a survey conducted by MTV. If 200 people were surveyed, how many more people chose pop rock than rap as a favorite music genre? So in our question, it says how many more people chose pop rock than rap as their favorite music genre? So we have how many more, that's important. And the two genres that we are looking at are pop rock and rap. So notice here on my cube strategy that we want to circle or underline important information, and we've used our highlighter to highlight that important information. We've also boxed in our question. And so now we're going to elaborate. Now what I am looking for is for pieces of information that I can use or that I can figure out to use. So here I know that I am going to be answering some information about pop rock. So this right here is important. Also, rap. So those are the two sections that we are interested in. And then we are going to see if we have everything we need. So I have a percent for pop rock, but I don't have a percent for rap. So we have to remember that when we have a circle graph, the total for the entire graph is 100%. So to find the rap percent, we can figure out how much of the percentages have already been allocated. So we're going to go ahead and add all of these up. We have 40 for alternative, 10 for country, 15 for hard rock, and 30 for pop rock. Together, that equals to 95%. So this circle graph is already allocating 95% to other types of music. And the whole entire graph is 100%. So we can do 100% minus 95% that has already been used will leave us with 5% for rap. So we can put here we have 5%. Now we have all of our percentages. Now let's take a look at the question one more time. It says, if 200 people were surveyed, how many more people will choose pop rock over rap, right? So how many more people? So here in this chart, we know that 30% chose pop rock and only 5% chose rap. So we want to know the difference between the two. How many more means find the difference. So pop rock is 30%. And rap is 5%. So we're going to find the difference, and we find out that is 25%. So now I know that 25% more people chose pop rock over rap. But the question didn't say what percentage, it said how many. So we're going to have to take this percentage and find the regular number that represents that percentage. And for that, we're going to bring out our percent box. Okay, so in our percent box, we're going to put the part on top and the total in the bottom. Also in our percent box, we have two types of numbers. So here we will put our percentage numbers on this column, and here we will put our regular numbers. And we'll see what that means right now. So the part in percentage that we are interested in is the 25% more that we got for pop rock than for rap. So that is my percentage. And I'm going to put it right here, 25%. Now, another percent that I always know is the total. The total percent in this graph and in any circle graph is always 100%. So we have another percent, and all percentages go here on the right. And now in the left, we're going to put our regular numbers. So in our problem, there was one number that they gave us, 200. If 200 people were surveyed, notice that 200 is just a regular number. It does not have a percent after it, so it's not a percentage number. But it is a regular number, and it represents the total number of people that were surveyed. So over here, we're going to put that total under regular numbers. And now we're looking for the regular number that represents 25%. So that's going to be X. So notice here, in my percent box, I am saying that X is the regular number that represents 25%. And the total is 200 in regular number. And it is represented by 100%. So now we are going to set up our proportion. So we have X over 200 equals 25 over 100. And we're going to cross multiply and find our cross products. So 200 times 25. 25 times 2 is 50. And then we have two zeros, is equal to 100x. Okay, so now I have a one-step equation, and my one-step equation says 5,000 equals 100x. So to solve my equation, I want to do the same thing to both sides. I have a coefficient of 100. So my x is not alone because of that coefficient. So I am going to divide by 100. But whatever I do to one side of an equation, I must do to the other side. And so 100 divided by 100 will equal 1 whole. And that's 1x. And that's exactly what we want. Just 1x all by itself, isolated. And on the other side, I have a little math problem. 5,000 divided by 100. But if I use my rules about dividing by multiples of 10, as I divide by multiples of 10, zeros are eliminated. So here I have 5,000 divided by 100. So if I divide both of them by 10, I can take away 1 0. But if I divide both of them by 100, I can take away 2 zeros. And so I'm left with 50 over 1, which means x would be 50. And 50 is not a percent. Remember, because x is here in the regular numbers. So it's not 50%, it's 50. And the question says, if 200 people were surveyed, how many more people chose pop rock than rap as their favorite music genre? So our question is asking how many more people. So this is 50 people. So if we look at our answer choices, the correct answer is A. 50 more people chose pop rock than rap.